it, I wasn't a very good student in Filipino class because I only spoke English at that time. So she was often frustrated with me and I was often frustrated with her. But she was a strict but nice lady. So when it came to a crochet class, we had to make something. It didn't have to be anything super complicated. And then we'd have to put it against what are they called? The paperboard things. Like you splay it out on the paperboard and then you wrap it in plastic wrap so it kind of seals it in. And then so we were learning from her and I was kind of confused with how to do it. I couldn't figure it out. So I would try to make a scarf with orange yarn. And I was like, okay, it's straightforward. I just keep making the chains and then I'll just keep going until it's long enough to be called a scarf. That's really simple, right? And so I'm working on it. And then as I'm working on it, I realize, hey, wait a second. Why is it getting thinner as I work on it? So instead of rectangular, it ends up something more like this, this kind of shape. Like it gets narrowing down to triangle, and I was like, oh no, I need to fix that, right? So as it's getting thinner and thinner, and then I finally noticed it when it's kind of thin here, I decided, okay, I'll just increase the amount of stitches there are in there, so it gets bigger, right? And so I make it bigger like this, but unfortunately, it starts to look a bit more like underwear. I don't know what else I can use here to illustrate that, but and I realized, well, I guess well, if there's nothing I can do about it at this point, I might as well submit it as underwear. So that's what I did. I finished the shape. I made it reasonably sized, and then when I reached the top, I crocheted a ring around it as the string for the underwear. And I'm like, okay, this is good. You know what? I'll just put it together. and then after that, I put it. I don't remember if my original host mom saw it, but then I decided to just put it in the sheet and then submit it. When I brought it to class on the day of submission, I don't remember what everyone else's projects were like, but when I submitted it, my teacher, she held it up to herself and she's like, and then she just started laughing. She just burst out laughing in front of the class. Like, oh my God, Skye, ano to? And I'm like, ano po, miss? Panty po. and I tried to explain to her why it's like that, and she was just like, okay, I'll accept it, fine, whatever. I was scared because, she was strict, right? I didn't know how she would react. So I'm just very grateful that she found it funny. Yeah, I'm just very glad. And I didn't see anything wrong with it, whatsoever. I saw absolutely no problem. It's fine, right? This is absolutely fine. No reason for anybody to think anything of it. It's just a school project. So yeah, that's where I first learned to crochet, but I wasn't very confident with my skills in it at that point. So basically I dropped it after that class because I felt bad, I felt like, man, I couldn't do it right. So a few years later, I decided that I would pick it up again because I think I started seeing crochet plushies online, and because my original parents wouldn't really want me to, have plushies. Whenever I'd ask, they'd always say no.